This is the Giants Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Francisco Giants, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Locked On Giants Postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. You may know me as the former producer for the Murph and Mac Morning Show on KMBR, or maybe from some of these other Locked On Sports postcasts we do. We also do the Locked On Warriors and Locked On 49ers postcast. But today, the Giants looked absolutely hapless at the dish as they were shut out by the Washington Nationals, 3-0 loss at Nationals Park. Giants got the shutout last night against the Nationals, and they returned the favor today against the G-Men. And Kyle Harrison was decent in his first start of the season as he tossed 4 innings, but did give up a 2-run blast to James Wood in that first inning. James Wood has been taking a lot of people deep, though, so we're not going to pile on Harrison. I thought he had a pretty mixed bag outing, but overall pretty decent first start of 2025. Meanwhile, the Giants offense couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat as Jake Irvin spun 8 scoreless innings while fanning 7, and this Giants offense has been down bad for about a week now, and this is becoming more than just a slump. This seems to be turning into a little bit of a problem for the Giants to deal with. We'll break it all down, but first, I want to thank all of you for watching us on the Locked On Giants YouTube channel. Please, if you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now. Thanks also for listening on the Locked On Giants podcast feed. However you're tuning in, we appreciate it. And make sure to check out the Locked On Giants Daily Show for more in-depth coverage. My guy, Ben Kaspick, always does a great job. And as I said, first inning, the Nationals got their leadoff runner on, and with James Wood coming up, or they got their second batter of the day on, and James Wood coming up in that 3-hole. He has been very, very, very good all year long. He's very, very highly touted prospect that was kind of the centerpiece of that Juan Soto trade when he went to San Diego. James Wood came back along with CJ Abrams and a few other Nationals players. Basically seems like this whole damn roster is from that trade. But James Wood, man, he's coming to fruition this year. And so he hits his 13th home run on a fly ball to right field, scores Ahmed Rosario. Nationals take a 2-0 lead, and that's all they needed, man. They were really, really good on the bump today. All 2 pitchers, but mainly Jake Irvin doing all the heavy lifting for the Nationals. As I said, 8 scoreless innings, and he only gave up 3 hits, 2 walks for him and 7 strikeouts. So, 5 base runners all day long for the Giants. That's not what you want to see. They only had 2 at-bats with runners in scoring position, and one of them came in the top of the 4th inning, which leads me to today's turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And that turning point came with Matt Chapman at the dish in the top of the 4th with nobody out and 2 on. It looked like the Giants were going to maybe start to put something together here. You had Jung-Hoo Lee at second base and Wilmer Flores at first, and Matt Chapman at the dish. And Chappie has not been very good as of late, but we keep waiting for the moment, right? So I was hoping this could be that moment where Matt Chapman, it just takes one swing for him. He is so streaky, one big at bat that kind of lifts the Giants. If he hits one out there, they take a 1-run lead, and I think that could maybe help kickstart Matt Chapman's offensive performance. But he just dribbles into a ground ball double play to second baseman Luis Garcia, and Wilmer does not run very well. We know this gets him out at second. Chapman on the back end of the double play, and the Giants, they promptly get out of that inning without any more runs coming across the board. Willy Adames was up next, couldn't get it done either. So, it just this middle of the Giants order is a problem at this point, and it's been several bad moments, but they've had enough big moments where they get the big hit when they need it kind of situation to all the walk-off hits that they've had, all the come from behind wins that they've had this year. It kind of makes you overlook some of these things. But if you look into, let's just take this last week, for instance, the Giants over these last 7 games, their offensive numbers are in the freaking toilet, man. And that leads me to what I think you'll be talking about after this one.
This is what you'll be talking about.
And what you'll be talking about, man, it might be the young arms of the Giants today, but I don't really think that they didn't really do anything phenomenal. They didn't really do anything terrible. What was terrible was this offense, man, and that is a trend that has now been kind of ongoing for the last couple of weeks. But over these last 7 games specifically, The Giants are batting under 200. Their on-base percentage, under 300. The batting average for these last 7 games, well, just 194. The on-base percentage, just 289. And they're slugging 290. Not much better. The OPS, 579. That is horrible. That is like Pat Bailey taking every single at bat for the San Francisco Giants is basically what it feels like. And when you start to look a little bit deeper, it actually has been the bottom of the order, like guys like Fitz, guys like Pat Bailey, that have actually been having a better week than the rest of this Giants team. Because you look at, let's start with Matt Chapman, the guy who, had the biggest disappointing at bat today. He's batting just 185 with 5 hits. He does have a home run and an RBI. But 185 is not going to get it done. I mean, Matt Chapman has got to be producing more than that if he is the middle of your batting order. I mean, this guy came into the season being like, this is our cleanup hitter every single day, and he's just not producing. He's the lineup's been shuffled a little bit. He was batting 5th today, but Matt Chapman just has not really found that rhythm at all this year. He has not hit one of those hot stretches that we normally expect from him, and it's the end of May. It's May 24th, man. It's time to start hitting. Like, some of these Giants players, you can make excuses for a little while as far as slow starts go, but it's not really a slow start anymore if it's going on 2 months of guys not hitting. And that leads me to the biggest offseason addition that the Giants made, Willy Adames. And I have defended this guy a lot this season. I've been pointing out his big moments when he's had a couple walk-off hits. He did have another big moment yesterday where he broke the Giants' kind of scoreless drought. And he got the Giants started with scoring yesterday as he had the first RBI of that game. But again, I mean, Willy Adames, not much better than any other player on this roster. In fact, he might be the worst Giants hitter over these last 7 games. He's batting below 100. He's batting 083. Only 2 hits in these last 7 games for Willy Adames. 2 RBIs and 3 runs scored, however, but his at-bats don't look very good. Like, every time that he starts to take a step forward, like last night I was saying on the show that he wasn't having those bad at-bats where he'd get in front in the count, he'd get ahead, and then he'd start chasing bad pitches. But again, today I'm seeing Willy Adames start to chase some bad pitches. He had 2 more strikeouts today, and he looks lost up there, man. He looks like he needs some major adjustments to that swing. He was experimenting with that shorter first step, and he's kind of abandoned that, it seems like, at the dish now. He's kind of gone back to that big leg step, and I mean, he just looks lost. His mechanics look out of whack, and he needs to get back in the cage, maybe have a visit with Barry Bonds or something, and figure out how to get that swing right. But he, again, is not the only one who has been bad. You look at another guy who the Giants probably shouldn't be relying on this next guy very much offensively, because he has historically not been an offensive juggernaut, but he did start the season very hot and has since cooled off immensely. And I'm talking about Mike Yastrzemski. He's batting just 150 over these last 7 games, 3 hits and 1 singular run scored. Just not much there, not much juice for Yaz. He's got 0 extra base hits over that time as well. He's not walking very much. He's only got 3 walks in those 7 games. So, I mean, Mike Yastrzemski also kind of fallen off the face of the planet in these last 7 games. And it's just not working out for any of these Giants. I mean, they're having a very, very, very hard time getting anything going at the dish. And even a guy, these next 2 guys, have been staples in this Giants offense and have been like huge contributors in Giants wins this year, Wilmer Flores and Jung-Hoo Lee. We'll start with Wilmer. He's only batting 167 in these last 7 games. And even though he did have a big moment yesterday where he had another RBI, Wilmer, only 2 RBIs over these last 7 games. He's 7 for, he's got 24 at bats and only 4 hits. It's not very good. His slugging 167. So, I mean, this whole Giants offense sputtering. Jung-Hoo Lee is the best of these group of players that we're going to focus on today. He's batting 231 over these last 7 games. So much better than what these other Giants are doing. But for Jung-Hoo Lee, it's about 100 points fewer than he was batting earlier this season. Only 6 hits, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored in these last 7 games for him. And very few of those have been extra base hits. He's got 2 doubles in that time frame. Everything else a single. Or, I mean, like, you have no power on this Giants offense right now. You have no idea where the Giants are going to get these runs from. And it shocks me that the Giants have even been able to score more than like 2 or 3 runs in some of these games. Actually, in only one of these games, the Giants, 2 of them actually, the Giants scored 4 runs in a loss to the Royals and 4 runs in a win yesterday against the Nationals. And that's the 2 highest scoring outputs that you've had over these last 7 games. And the Giants, as I said, their offense, the OPS, 579 over these last 7 games and batting just 194. Just very, very, very bad. Their strikeout to walk ratio is absolutely atrocious. 58 strikeouts to 27 walks. You got to figure out a way to start getting this offense going, because it's more than just a slow start at this point. It's looking like kind of like they're falling back into the same trend as last year, which was a team that could not hit in big situations and a team that just struggled to hit in general. So hopefully the Giants can start to turn this around a little bit, because you really need to. You got to start beating some of these teams that you're supposed to beat. And the Nationals are a team that you are supposed to beat. This is all, it's frustrating to watch the Giants lose a game like this. But hey, they're still second in the NL West. They're still 8 games over 500, and you can still win this series with a win tomorrow. They damn well better win this series, because the Nationals are 4 games under 500. They are not a very good team, but this is, as we talked about a lot on yesterday's show, this is a team that has beat up the Giants throughout the years for no real apparent reason. The Nationals decide to just like get up against the Giants. I mean, the Nationals-Giants rivalry has been a budding thing over these last couple of years. Don't know what it is about the Nationals that just strike fear in the hearts of this Giants team, but it does. It's really weird to watch. Giants are not very good against them in these last couple seasons, and it's very frustrating because this is not a very good team, especially since they let go of Juan Soto. So, I mean, I really need the Giants to win tomorrow, and it would be nice to see them put up a crooked number on that scoreboard. I want to see this offense produce. I want to see the main guys in the middle of this order produce, mainly Matt Chapman and Willy Adames. I want to see those 2 guys start hitting again. This team is a lot more fun when those 2 guys actually hit the damn ball. So Giants struggling right now, especially at the dish, but thankfully their pitching hasn't completely fallen off. You got some good things from Kyle Harrison today, even though he picked up the loss, and I really liked what I saw from Tristan Beck. We'll break both of those things down next on the Locked On Giants postcast. Today's show is brought to you by FanDuel. The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and every night delivers highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live with player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays. Fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. And I keep telling you guys, OKC going all the way to the finals. They're going to win this whole thing. It just seems set in stone at this point to me. It's going to be, I think it's going to be Pacers Thunder. I mean, the Pacers, I cannot believe that the Pacers have gone up 2-0 against the Knicks. Both of those games coming on the road. It has been a interesting conference final series for both the East and the West. And I really do think that both teams that are down 0-2 have absolutely zero shot at coming back and winning this one. It's going to be the Thunder and the Pacers in the finals. And man, if you're looking for a single game parlay, I don't care what the line is for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander free throws. You're betting the over, because this guy, I mean, we all know the Twitter narrative of him being a free throw merchant and all those things. I'm not necessarily going to call the guy a free throw merchant, even though Doris Burke did on the broadcast, but he is very, very, very adept at getting to that free throw line. Very, very difficult to cover. Maybe the toughest cover in all of basketball, which is why he won the MVP. So whatever the line is, I've seen it moving around a little bit. Whatever the line is for those free throws, you're betting the over on it for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And now is the perfect time. If you're new to FanDuel, it's the perfect time to set up. Head to FanDuel.com and place your first $5 bet. If it wins, you get over $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Welcome back to the Locked On Giants postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel, and today the Giants lose to the Nationals, shut out. The Jake Irvin experience was not a fun one for the San Francisco Giants. 8 innings, only 3 hits for the Giants against Jake Irvin. He's 4-1 this year with a 3.42 ERA, so he has been pitching pretty good. But I mean, this is I think punching above your weight a little bit if you are Jake Irvin against the Giants. And I think it's more about the Giants being bad than it was about Jake Irvin being good. He did have that curveball really working today, and the Giants just couldn't really do anything with it. They went out in those black jerseys today, which was kind of a weird visual. It's like the spring training jersey that you usually see. And they said before the game, the Giants were using these jerseys to kind of help promote the team unity that they had in spring. That didn't really seem to work out very well today. They're going to mix them in throughout the rest of the season too, is what they said. And they're still using the grays as the primary road uni, but these black jerseys, I don't know, man. I like them. Like they're a good look, but it's just a weird vibe. I'm so used to seeing them in the spring. It kept playing tricks on my brain while I was trying to watch this game. I was like, wait, am I watching spring training still? It is May, right? Like almost June. Why are we wearing the blacks? The road blacks is very not Giants tradition. So very strange to visual for me at least, but I do like them. I'm not hating on the jerseys. Just a strange situation, and maybe the Giants were just looking to shake something up, because as we talked about, this offense has been very, very, very bad as of late. But one part of this Giants outing that was not terrible was their pitching. And although Kyle Harrison did give up that early home run to James Wood, living up to that home run Harry nickname that has been bestowed upon him, he did overall have a decent day. He's not quite stretched out enough, but he went 4 innings, 57 pitches. And he one thing that I loved about Harrison's outing, like genuinely actually did very much enjoy watching him get ahead in the count with damn near every single batter that he faced. He was very rarely in like a 2-0 or a 2-1 situation. 43 of his 57 pitches were strikes. He was living in that strike zone. And when Harrison gets ahead in the count, he's a lot better of a pitcher. I mean, so is basically everybody else across all of Major League Baseball, but Harrison can really start to utilize that high fastball that just goes just right above the hands when he's ahead in the count. And when he's not, guys can lay off that pitch, but it's so close to the strike zone that you got to swing at some of those. And you saw Harrison working with that fastball today. 4 strikeouts in his outing, no walks also for Kyle Harrison. I thought that was very, very, very good. And he did give up 5 hits, so he was pitching out of the stretch a lot. But ultimately, after that home run, he really settled in. I did not have too much worry about Kyle Harrison after he kind of bounced back from that 2-run bomb that he gave up to James Wood. So overall, I thought Harrison's day was decent. It was pretty good. He's clearly not stretched out enough to be a starting pitcher that goes more than I think we're seeing maximum 5 innings out of Kyle Harrison. Maybe I think he could maybe get to 65, 70 pitches, but you don't want to see him go through that order a third time. We've seen that same story with him last year. Like Kyle Harrison, the first time through the order, pretty good. Second time through the order, and the third time through the order, a disaster. So I don't want to see Kyle Harrison facing any single batter more than twice in a game while he's filling in for Verlander in the starting rotation. And I do expect Harrison to go right back to the bullpen as soon as Verlander is healthy. So, but for the most part, I think that you could have a worse stopgap in your starting rotation than Kyle Harrison. I thought he was pretty good today, especially since the Giants have a lot of guys that could do pretty good in long relief. And today we saw the 2025 debut of Tristan Beck, who is one of those guys who has proven in years past that he's a very good long relief pitcher for the Giants. And Beck did give up a run in his 3 innings of work, but overall, I thought he pitched pretty well. He had 2 strikeouts, only gave up that 1 run, couple hits, only 2 hits. So I didn't walk anybody. He had some weirdness when that run did score. He got that little bouncer back to him on the mound. Wasn't quite able to make the play at home. I think he made the smart decision by just getting that out at first base and keeping that score relatively close, even though it gave up that run, stop that inning from compounding and getting worse. And Tristan Beck, we got to give him a lot of credit because he has rebounded in a lot of ways from very, very scary injuries. He had that blood clot that he had to get removed from his arm last year, where he wasn't able to do literally anything for months and months and months afterwards. And a lot of guys, I think that damn near ends a lot of guys' careers, an injury like that would. So credit to Tristan Beck for fighting, coming back out, working up his way from the minor leagues again. He has done this several times throughout his career, but he looked pretty good with the Giants today. 3 innings pitched, as I said, only gave up that 1 run. And hey, just because I like the story and I like the rubber bandness of a Tristan Beck, we got to give him today's player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
And I was getting a kick out of Hunter Pence today, talking about Tristan Beck and him looking like a giant rubber band out there with how flexible he is. And it's relatable, man. Like a little bit of background about Triple E. I am one of the most flexible men you will ever meet. Like I'm one of the most flexible 31-year-old men that I maybe the most flexible 31-year-old man I have ever met. I'm about 6'1", 6'2" and I'm about 250 pounds, and I can put both of my feet behind my head. Fun fact, something I should not be able to do, something that is a very strange, interesting fact about me. But I wouldn't be shocked if Tristan Beck could do the same thing. He looks like he's got those weird flexy bendy joints, and it's maybe it's just a hereditary thing, because I know the reason that I do is a hereditary thing. It's like a muscular tissue disorder, technically, thing that I have called Ehlers-Danlos. But maybe Tristan Beck has this same situation going. Maybe that's how he gets the extra snap on the curveball, the extra MPHs and revolutions on his pitches. I mean, maybe the extra bendiness is helping Beck on the mound. I know it's caused me a lot of issues in my life. It's resulted in a lot of dislocations and multiple shoulder surgeries. But for Tristan Beck, seems to be just as flexible, maybe a little bit less of those dislocation issues than yours truly has had. So I mean, us bendy guys got to stick together, and I like the bendiness of a Tristan Beck. So we're going to give him today's player of the game just based on bendiness and his bounce back ability, because his story is just very, very, very solid. Like, I love the story of a Tristan Beck. It's very motivating to see a guy come back from an injury like that and actually have some success. So Tristan Beck gets our player of the game for today in a Giants 3-0 loss against the Nationals. They'll be back at it tomorrow as they try to wrap this one up with a win. They can still win this series despite all the doom and gloom on today's postcast. We can still look forward to hopefully a Giants series win tomorrow. Thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys all checking out the postcast and sticking with me through my weird stories about bendiness. But hey, on a game like today, you kind of got to reach into the barrel, find something to talk about, because the Giants didn't give us much, man. This offense is very bad right now. Pitching staff still holding this team afloat. So we'll see if they got enough in the tank to finish this one off with a win tomorrow. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. We'll see you next time. Peace.